What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 45 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building a diner. So, yeah. Alright, let's build a diner.
Hey, what's up? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a diner. Oh, and by the way, if you want to learn how to make a car or a truck, or perhaps even lorry, depending on where you're from, I prefer lorry. Although it does sound a little bit silly in comparison to truck. Well, anyway, if you want to make any of those, check out the guide system in the description below. Probably also the comment section too, for each of those tutorials. If you want to make a car or a truck to go along with your diner, you'll be able to easily find those tutorials in those places. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as it helps me and the channel out very, very much, and it may even help us to repair the roof that I have now destroyed a little bit of. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make your diner, a 20 by 28 block area, as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which I would always urge that you make if you are planning out your work. It can only help. Here are all of the materials that we will be using.
Alright, let's grab the materials. So we need some pink light blue concrete, sorry. Light blue. This oak door.
The build, please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of that stuff, we can get started. So, step one, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come to the front left-hand corner of the grid, as usual, if you've made it, and count backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is the starting position. Place yourself 2 light blue concrete going right, 1, 2. Then 3 pink concrete, 1, 2, 3. A blue, 3 pink, 1, 2, 3. A blue, 3 pink, 1, 2, 3. A blue, and then extend that blue forwards by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place 2 pink concrete going right, 1, 2. 4 light blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have to start extending backwards. So to extend backwards, we want to place a light blue, 3 pink, 1, 2, 3, 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 and finally 2 light blue. So we want to have that. What we then want to do is extend across the back of the build using light blue concrete, with the goal of lining it up with the front of the build. Then we want to take this end light blue that lines up with the front of the build, and we want to place 3 light blue concrete extending forwards, 1, 2, 3, then 2 pink, 1, 2, 3 light blue, 1, 2, 3, 2 pink, 1, 2, and finally you should just be able to place 3 light blue concrete extending forward. So the end result of this kind of looks like the messenger icon on my phone. We then want to, well, I don't know why, but I want to dig out the floor right now. I'm feeling like digging out the floor of the diner. There's no particular reason other than it's just a feeling that I fancy digging out the floor. So I'm going to do that part right now before we start building up the walls, all of the other little bits of detail. To quite honest, now that we have kind of like the floor plan for our build, things get rather easy here. The walls are very, very simple to build. We simply extend up the light blue concrete and we place lights on top of the concrete, and we stick a roof on this thing, add a little bit of an overhang and a door, and there isn't too much more to it. The building itself, whilst nice and cool and interesting to look at, rather easy to do. So, something else that we can do whilst we're here, and I feel like doing just this colour right now because we've got on it. So, the floor of the diner is a checkered pattern between white and black concrete. So, I am going to add all of the white concrete portion, poorly as it would seem, to the floor. I don't have black concrete out right now, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to add the white concrete for the floor right now. It'll save us doing it a little bit later on. One could argue that it'd be easier to do the floor once you have all of the stuff inside of the building. Reason being is because there'd be less floor area to actually like destroy and recover, but I would argue that it's actually easier just to do the floor and then stick stuff on top of it. So if you did want to skip ahead in the video for whatever reason, although we might as well do this together, I guess you could. But I don't know why. I find it very satisfying to have, like, this isn't the part that I find satisfying with like doing the checkered floors and stuff. I find it adding the second colour is so satisfying. It's almost like when you're well, yeah, I guess you are kind of making a jigsaw. When you're doing a jigsaw, building a jigsaw, however you'd say it, it's so satisfying to add like the final pieces. Like, it's all fun and well, like doing like the sides of the jigsaw and stuff, but like getting the final piece is the most satisfying part, like to a piece of the picture, or maybe even like the last piece. Like, that's always the best part. So like, this is, look at that.
Hello, David McDonald, and okay, I don't understand Russian, but welcome to live stream. Bless you. What? What do you mean?
Looks pretty cool. So we'll be completing the jigsaw a little bit later on. So now we are going to start building up the actual walls of this place. And to start off with, we're going to add a little bit of a menu board. This is found all the way on the front right-hand side of the diner. We want to take these two central light blue concretes and we want to place.
That's why I'm going to see my cousins. Oh, cool.
White on top. We then want to raise up the remaining light blue concrete. So all of the light blue concretes, except for those two, want to be raised up by 2 rows. So every single one of them. Those were the only exceptions. We also have to add a door later on, but you know, we can just do that a little bit later on. It would be quite useful if it turned out that the door was on a white concrete. I think that we can actually I think that we can actually alter that in.
With Wi-Fi booster on Optus NBN family plans, your home Wi-Fi will reach you all sorts of places. It starts with yes.
Whether you're a DIYer, a don't have the timer, or a bargain finder, at
when you sneezed. Oh, okay. I love your city. Thanks.
If we make the door either here or here, then that means that we can destroy this block. I mean, here is actually quite good anyway. We can destroy that and we can have the white concrete. So We can then just stick an oak wood door there. We could even have a little window here, although I'm not sure if that actually gets in the way of something. We'll have to see. I don't think it does actually, so we can have a little window there and we can stick some black glass. Speaking of black glass, guess what we're doing next? We're going to be filling in all of these window areas. And it might be easier, more so with the 2-row windows, the 2x2 windows. You can just place the glass pane on either side and it's easy peasy. However, if you're anything like me, you may struggle ever so slightly with these windows, in that you've kind of got to place glass upon glass. So it might have even been easier to put the roof in, and then we could have just placed the glass like underneath the roof, but it's okay, it doesn't matter. So here, here, and here. Perfect. So what are we going to do next? I think that we're going to get rid of the oak door, and we're going to get black concrete. So now that we've got that, we are going to fill in the entire floor, because I want to do it before it's too dark in here, because the next part after this is, but I think that we're just going to do the roof. So I'm getting that very satisfying feeling right now of completing the jigsaw. It just, oh no, do you guys find that satisfying at all? Like filling in walls or just like doing floors and stuff like this? Like, oh no, the satisfaction is just unmatched. So now that, why did I have to dig? In just some places it's just so annoying that I like dug. Hang on, what? This sounds like a weird sentence to say. I dug a double hole. There we go. I dug a double hole. That's difficult to say fast, actually. Dug a double ditch might even be even. It's like a tongue twister. That's I might have just discovered a new tongue twister. Dug a double ditch. I don't know what. Try and say that about 10 times fast. So, yes, I think we will probably complete the remaining like structural parts of the diner, and then we will probably move on to the inside. We've got to add a bit of a car park, because I think that's quite an important part of the diner. Like, I'm going to add a truck somewhere outside if I have room, or along the road or something like it. I think, wow, now that is cool. Now that is pretty cool. I love that. That's such a nice effect. I love that, especially with like the neon colours. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just completely fill the roof in with pink. However, it's a little bit more difficult than that, in that I want to have a row of pink. It's actually just one row. Overhang the front of the building just by one row like this with the pink, like so. And then we're just going to have pink concrete for the entire rest of the ceiling. The inside of the diner is rather well lit by the fact that there's just end rods everywhere, so that pretty much covers the lighting situation. If you're not happy with that, then there's plenty of places to stick lanterns. I'd be reluctant to add any ceiling lights, just because then we've got to add something on top of the roof to compensate for that, because I wouldn't like there to be sea lanterns or glowstone or whatever in the ceiling to have it poke out the top of the roof. So I think it's pretty well lit anyway. And there's lots of windows as well, that's also a thing. This build actually has a good amount of windows, because it's not really designed. I imagine this not in a city, like it'd be on the outskirts somewhere like that. That's how I'm imagining this. So, plenty of windows, nice and open, and we have just completed the roof. Perfect. So, in completing the roof,
are we going to build tomorrow, Jaden? You'll see in tomorrow's video.
Also want to grab the polished black stone wall, and I want to take the edge of this overhang here at the corner, move inwards diagonally, and I want to join it down to the ground using any black stone wall that I'm using, polished. I want to also create a walkway area, so to do this I'm going to dig out like a little patio in front of the diner, and it's going to be, well, I mean, it essentially turns like it's a rectangular shape, right? So we're just picking out this, whatever we have to do to make this into like a corner, like so, and then we'll just fill all of it in, and we'll have some birch, so all of this, we'll have some like birch benches and stuff. We could use oak. I don't know why I'm drawn to birch, but I am, but oak could also be a salt. Oak might even make a bit more sense. I might even like oak. We are going to use the birch just because that's what I've got. I want to make the left and right sides, like I want to make a walkway for some reason, like I want to take out the 2 rows on the left and right side of this, and I just want to make a walkway, so here and here. I feel as though it just kind of like boxes things in a little bit. We're going to have to put the truck onto the front of the diner, I think, so like maybe on the road, or maybe even on the side of it, something like that. I have an aerial... Yeah, okay, so we're going to have 2 rows in front of the diner also. Now, this actually limits the amount of space for the cars, so I don't know whether we do have 2 rows or whether maybe we should just chop it down to 1, but we'll see, we can always multiply it. So, like, I want to have 2 rows just in front of the diner like this. I guess that there is still a little bit of space, but, we're going to use light grey concrete, and we're going to pretty much place a row from this corner here. We're just going to have like a row of light grey concrete extending from the left to the right. Just to like keep, I don't know, just to keep like things separate a little bit. And then I want to have vertical rows. White concrete. And we should be able to place these 4 rows apart. So 1 row, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in this 5th row white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 5th row white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th row white concrete. So I've made these car park spaces a little bit bigger due to the fact that, again, I imagine larger vehicles. So like, I imagine so again, I've kind of got my own narrative for this. I've kind of like imagined in my head like where this would be, despite the fact, you know, you could be putting this pretty much anywhere, really. But in my head, I'm imagining this on the outside of a city. You know, you'd have like truck drivers or lorry drivers, whatever. You'd have people like that kind of like pulling into this. So I'm imagining large vehicles like trucks and stuff like that. You know, smaller trucks like 4x4s, and you know, like large vehicles of all types, really, I'm imagining. So hence why I've made these car parks. Although not longer, so it might be possible that this could even be augmented to kind of like make this a little bit bigger, or we could even have like on the side here we could specifically add kind of like truck parking because of course it's got trailers and stuff. Is that what you call? I don't know what these trailers, but anyway, I'm going to grab the leaves and the iron bars, and I'm going to have iron bars on top of the light grey. And I think that it might be a good idea just to have oak leaves on the ends of the car park spaces because it just adds a little bit of colour to the area. And is that what you call? I don't know what these trailers, but anyway, I'm going to grab the leaves and the iron bars, and I'm going to have iron bars on top of the light grey. And I think that it might be a good idea just to have oak leaves on the ends of the car park spaces because it just adds a little bit of colour to the area. I just like it a little bit better. What else can we do whilst we're outside? We are running out. Stuff to do. So let's grab the materials that we need, right? So all the birch stuff, birch slabs, birch fen. That's a birch pressure plate, trap door. We need the black concrete. We need that's all we have that we can do. We need for the upper part we need like glass, brown concrete, smooth quartz slabs. We'll need as well, and then we need some different stuff. So we'll have to take this in stride. We don't have everything that we need. So with the diner, I want to assemble tables like this, where we have these blue concrete areas. I want to leave a gap of 1, and then place 2 birch fens. So gap of 1, 2 birch fens. Birchwood slabs either side of the birch fence on the left and right. Then birch pressure plates on top of these. These just look like nice little picnic benches. So we can get rid of all of the birch stuff for now because we actually do need some more stuff to go with that. And we need the red concrete. We need red terracotta, yellow terracotta, and yellow concrete. Come all the way up to the top. Left-hand corner of the overhang of the diner, and we want to. Where is it? I have the. Okay, so we want to find the 6th row in, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and then we want to move 1 row in, and we want to find the 6th row in, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to find the 6th row in, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we want to move 1 row in, and we want to place a glass. Extend it to the right, and add 2 rows on top. So 1, 2. Add smooth quartz slab on top. Okay, hang on. Add brown concrete behind this. Just directly behind the glass, and we need the birch fence. So this is going to be a straw. We take the left side of the brown concrete and we place 2 birch fence. So to me that looks like a milkshake. And you might also be wondering to yourself, like, so why wouldn't you just use like brown glass? There's something about this that I like. I don't know. You can add glass on the back of it as well, and you could have like the same thing. to make it a little bit more 3D. But there's just something about that I prefer than to have, like, instead of just like ground glass with the straw coming out the top. By the way, I'd rather not have this part as well, so I actually prefer that. We have to make some fries, so this is going to go directly next to the milkshake. It's going to be red concrete, red terracotta, red concrete. On top, the reverse of that, so terracotta concrete. And then terracotta. On the back, I'm just going to do the reverse of that once more as well. So I'm just going to like make it a bit checkered like this. And I'm going to take the back row of the fries and left to right, yellow terracotta, yellow concrete, yellow terracotta, add one on top, and it just looks like a shake and fries. Classic combination. Next, we're going to make the actual sign. So, the sign is going to be made using the loom, white banners, black dye, white dye. Throw the loom down, crack it open, throw the first white banner in there. The first one we're going to make is D. We're going to throw black dye in there, and we are going to make we're going to do a vertical. Row of black on the right, grab that banner, throw the black out, throw the white in, and then make a circle, or maybe use the diamond shape. Grab that, throw that back in, throw the white on the right, grab that banner, throw the black out, throw the white in, and then make a circle, or maybe use the diamond shape. Grab that, throw that back in, throw the white out, throw the black in, and then make a horizontal row across the bottom. Across the top, and then a vertical row on the left. Boom! D. Next, we have to make I, my personal favourite letter, because all it requires is a vertical row of black straight in the middle. N, not my favourite. We've got to make a vertical row on the right. Also, my favourite, got a vertical row on the left, then on ranking letters, then horizontal from the top, bottom because it's closest, middle, boom, in. Last but not least is the R, can't forget, horizontal row across the top, vertical row on the left, diagonal, top left corner to bottom right corner, boom, we have R. One. The R not have just went on the end. Okay, so diner, I mean you can do this in reverse if you like because it's easier. So you come to the front right corner, move inwards diagonally, R, E, N, I, D, boom, diner. And there's just something that looks nice and balanced about that. I like how that looks, I think it's came out rather nicely. And that is mostly, I'm going to use the word mostly, that is the outside complete. Now, we do have materials that we could use on the inside, okay? But here's the thing, I'd rather us just take the time, grab everything that we need instead of messing about, so I'm going to dump all this out. We will be reusing some of the same stuff, but I'd rather just dump out some materials and then grab what we need just to finish this off in its entirety. So I'll be back in a second once I've calculated, like a mathematician, what we need precisely. Okay, I've figured out what we're going to be needing for the final part of this tutorial, and it turns out that we don't have enough inventory space. So here is everything that we're going to be using. need to make sure that you have access to all that stuff and enough of it as well. So I'm going to be starting off by grabbing red concrete. Smooth quartz stairs and rods, black carpet, paintings, pink carpet, light grey concrete, blast furnaces, and polished andesite stairs. So, I'm now going to head inside, and I'm going to go all the way to the back left-hand corner of the build. I want to, from this corner, go right, and I want to place 2 light grey concrete, 2 blast furnaces, light grey concrete, 2 upside-down polished andesite stairs, 1, 2. Then, I need to realise that I've grabbed some of the wrong stuff, and I'm going to get rid of the paintings, and I'm going to get rid of the blast furnaces. I'm going to grab yellow terracotta, oak trap doors. I want to place yellow terracotta, stickle, on top, light grey concrete to the right of the yellow terracotta, oak trap door in front. We don't need these things anymore, so I'm going to get rid of those. And then I'm going to grab white terracotta and, I guess, buttons as well. So white terracotta in front, all the way over to the left. I'm going to stick a till on the end of this, so that's going to be a white or rather smooth quartz stairs. Then I'm going to use white buttons, stone buttons in front of the yellow terracotta. I'm going to place some end rods just to get a bit of light in here. So from the right side of the counter space, I'm going to leave a gap, end rod, end rod, end rod. I guess you could even have 4, there's no reason not to. I'm going to stick pink carpets on top, so this is kind of just like a place to eat one's food. I want to use polished andesite stairs above where the blast furnaces are. And I want to grab, what else can we grab? I probably should have been smarter about these materials. So I need flower pots. Already used the buttons. We need the polished black pressure plates, yellow shulker box. White concrete item frames, black glass pane. We need some brewing stands, some red dye and some yellow dye isn't a bad idea either. And basically the flower pots are going over here on this counter space area, a couple of shulker boxes, those are cupboards. To the right of, works on polished black stone pressure plates, looks like the top of a grill. On this counter space area, a couple of shulker boxes, those are cupboards. To the right of, works on polished black stone pressure plates, looks like the top of a grill. To the right of here, a white concrete item frame in front of it, a black stained glass pane in front of that, sort of, kind of, maybe looks like a microwave. Polished black stone pressure plate on top, again, makes it look even more so. A couple of brewing stands, those look like coffee pots or something for hot drink related things. Item frames in front of the seats, and you can put different things in these, actual food or just like stuff that looks like food, like the dyes I think often look like food, like condiments and stuff like that, maybe even fruit or just, I don't know, you know, it looks like something, but feel free to put like cookies and stuff in there instead. To the right of this area, there's going to be a jukebox, although I don't know if we have all the stuff we need to make it. So, pillar quartz block we need red concrete. Smooth quartz stairs, we need note blocks, we need glass, item frames. No, we don't have it. But we'll make most of it, and we need the buttons as well. Birch button might even be better, but we'll see. So leaving the gap of 1 from here, the end of the kind of like, you know, the cooking area and stuff. Leave a gap of 1, pillar quartz block. To the right of it, no block. To the right of it, pillar quartz block. Glass on top of the no block. Red concrete on top of the pillar quartz block with smooth quartz stairs facing outwards on top of those. Upside down stairs at the top. Item frame in front of the glass, button to the left boom. You've mostly got a jukebox. All we need to do is add a music disc. We can place a couple of bins, by the way. So one bin to the by the jukebox, I think, which is just a cold room with an trapdoor on it. And I like the idea of having one just outside as well, so maybe just like next to, maybe in front of this window or something like that. Whilst we're out here, a couple of item frames just outside, just in front of this window, in front of the white concrete area. You can feel. I like the red and yellow dye because it's ambiguous. You don't quite know what it is, but it looks like something with some signs, and you could advertise like, I don't know, you know, oh, this is going to be painful. I wish I had my keyboard at breakfast. You know, I don't know, and then where are we? You know, £3 or what? You know, whatever you want to do. You could, you know, breakfast drinks for you can put whatever you want. You could even put coffee in there. Where are we? You know, £3 or whatever. You know, whatever you want to do, you could, you know, breakfast drinks for refill. But you can put whatever you want. You could even put coffee in there. So many different things you could do for a little bit of decoration. So what do we want to do next? We have so many booths. Now, booths are very easy to make, though. So we're going to need red concrete, smooth quartz stairs, and rods. We're going to use black carpet. And to finish up, we'll probably add some paintings around the place. We'll have to grab some different materials later on, not many of them, but some different ones. And we have to make booths. So the first set of booths that we're going to make up the left side, or I suppose the right side, depending on how we look at it, of the diner. They are they're all made in the same way. So if we start from the edge here, we want to have a row of 3 red concrete just here, like near where the bin is, a row of 3 red concrete, right? And then you want to have a gap of 3, or you can place a row of stairs, end rods, and then an opposite row of stairs, and then a row of red concrete like this. And that's how a booth is made. So easy as that. So stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete, stairs, end rods, stairs. Red concrete, stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete. Look at that, it fits perfectly. How about that? They're not quite done. So I'm using black carpet for the table toppers. Doesn't matter what you use, you can use any. If you wanted to, you could even use, like, you know, to be honest, I wouldn't stray from the end rods for the simple reason is that they provide light. They emit a nice little bit of light. That's the main reason. Like, if we take a look in a second, like, wherever we've got the end rods, we don't really need any additional lighting. Like, those are almost good enough that the entire place is lit up. So we want to have end rods and then any colour of carpet, and we want to raise up the red concrete areas as well. So just like this, for the booths. That is looking pretty good. It's a pretty decent looking booth. I'm pretty happy with it. We want to have another set of booths. So these booths are, again, like we just want to start in the corner here. Row of red, row 3 red concrete, stairs, end rods. On the opposite side, stairs, red concrete, stairs, end rods. Stairs, right.
We're going to look at something a few minutes.
Foxy Express becoming the largest transit corridors in the country.
Concrete, stairs, end rods, stairs, red concrete. And by the way, we might as well do this now. We're going to leave a gap of 2, so where this window is, and then we're going to have another set of booths. So, you know, most of this is booths. That's kind of like the idea. Like, that's the whole point. I don't think we're even going to... We might even leave a gap, actually. Should we leave a gap or should we? So here's the thing, like we can have a booth here, and then we could have like a booth here, and we could have a gap. Otherwise, it does make it rather difficult to navigate through the place. So I think that we will have a gap. We will have a gap because it looks a little bit better this way. Yeah, and then that way you can walk through and around all of these. But you guys know how to make. By now, let's have the red concrete first, just because. And that's most of the diner. Like, we've got to add some paintings just about the place as well. But we've already got those. And then it's just like little minutiae. Like, we've got to grab a music disc. We've got to make a standing sign outside. I think that's. Actually, I feel as though that I made that sound, as though there's loads of things to do. It's actually sort of not. There's not much to do at all. So we can add all of these. I think we've done all of it, and it looks nice and lively inside here to me. Like it feels nice inside here. And then we're going to let's grab the blue concrete, and then just on the walls, just like where the booths are, like. Booths are. Is that the same? No, it's not. Like there's to me like a good couple of spots where it makes sense just to add some 1x1 paintings.
Let's go.
Just to keep things a bit brighter, like. Just around there it makes sense. I mean, even here on the end if you wanted to, like, just where the separate, probably not there. You're not gonna delete yourself, okay? Oh wow, we got all different paintings as well, that's crazy. I think there's only one more, let's see if we can do that one more time. So, I like the idea of just one here as well. No. Have we done it? I'm sure there's only 6 1x1s. I think that we got all of them. Oh wow, that's... I'm overreacting. I can't actually remember how many there are. I think there are 6 though. But anyway, I'm going to have them all here as well. Maybe, yeah, in this corner too, so here. No, I think we were missing that one. But we have got all of them now. We were missing, I just think of that for some reason as like a villager. I think we were just missing that one. Maybe there's 7. just loads of paintings about the place. That's, well, we need to grab some more stuff now. But I think that we're going to do that right now. Hopefully I will have included all of this in the item list, and then this will be no big deal. So we need the birch fence gates. I don't know why I've just got the O. Need the birch fence gates. Need black concrete, which I can just grab from here. We need an item frame, which I can grab from here. We need the birch tram doors, which we had earlier, and then we just need something to stick in the item frame, like anything will do. Maybe we'll even go for, like, you know, a piece of bread. That'd be pretty good. And let's grab a music disc as well. I want the white one because I think if I can find that. Everything's moved ever so slightly and it's completely thrown my game off. So here, the white one. So I want this here. Boom, just right there. You might find, like, it's looking a little bit dark just back here, so you might find that an occasional lantern might sort things out a little bit. I mean, if this position would, I mean, you could even have one hanging really if you wanted to, probably sort. Nah, I kind of like it just on the end there, and then that's fine by me. I mean, you could even have one like here. But anyway, just a lantern. We've got the white music disc in there. I like the white because it just looks so, like, you can see it so clearly from here, like the contrast so nice. I want to have just like a little standing foldable sign. So that's fence gate, black concrete, ice frame on top, birch trap. Of the left and right sides. I'm going to stick bread in the item frame, and boom, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've actually completed the diner. I think what I might do is I might just add like just a little bit of a road or something to the right, because I really want to put like 1 or 2 cars in here, and I'd definitely like to add a lorry or a truck to the diner, so, or at least next to it. So I think I'll also add that. But that's an individual thing, and when you see it, it'll be quite obvious on how you would do it. Like, I want to get it figured out. I don't want to figure it out on the recording. So let me get all that cleaned up. Let's take a look at how it looks once it's finished, and then that'll be that. So this is what your diner will look like once it has been 100% fully completed.
We have finished. So we have finished a diner. We have made a diner. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like button, as it really would appreciate that, as I really would appreciate that so much. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. So goodbye.